Professor, what's this about? Never
Ways that they
mind.
treat
Never
different
mind.
types of men. Guy pretty privilege is another word
Keeper,
for
sleeper, sweeper. Dang. Not for real. That's crazy.
hypergamy. So first of all, I'd like to thank her for noticing, and second of all, I have a few stories for you to try to encourage you to maybe move up a few notches if possible.
Okay,
But
Professor.
first, listen to how she understands. It's therapeutic.
I
Okay.
think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
This girl from an old video said, don't catcall me unless you're attractive.
For
And
sure.
then she said it was a joke, which means it's
She's
kind of
capping.
true.
But if an attractive guy did what unattractive guys did, it would be considered cute.
Oh yeah,
This is
for
where
sure.
my
For
stories
sure.
come in. I did some not very cute things that went over just fine.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
attractive guys have kind of like a act like an asshole card that they could use whenever they want because they have a pretty face, and they have unlimited ways on how to hit on women without being a creep.
I don't know about that one though. For the treating women like trash, I mean, I understand. I understand. But at a certain point, you just gotta realize like it just becomes habit without realizing it. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just saying it just becomes habit at a certain point. Eventually, you've been turned down by so many women that eventually you just say, you know what, screw it. I'm done. I'm just gonna get myself together, and then it is what it is. You just become a dog, and bada bing, bada boom. Now you're calling women all sorts of things, and they
Yeah,
still love
you
you.
can say quite a wide range of things,
For
and
sure.
it will be okay, but only as long as she feels like this about you.
Yeah.
This is a drawing of me when I was at my most attractive and a relationship that I had during that time where I did nothing and she did more than she
That's
should.
crazy,
This
bro.
is a timeline of that relationship. I
11,
had a crush on this girl when I was 11, and she pretty
23.
much ignored me until after college when I lost weight and got.
No, 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 no. 12 years, brother. 12 years, and you still wouldn't move on. After year 3, bro, you gotta start thinking about your life choices. You would think he would grow out of it at like 12 or 13, but apparently he didn't. I don't know what scenario they went through, but that's wild. It's crazy. And he still messed with this girl. Cause at 25, he said he dated her. You went, never mind.
Shape.
Never mind.
And
Go ahead,
she
Professor.
sent me a suggestive message on Facebook
Cap.
where she saw my pictures, and we began a
It wasn't a
certain
message,
kind
it
of
was a photo.
relationship. And eventually, she let me know that she had been cheating on a different guy with me.
Oh.
And I said, well, that's a bad idea. You should probably either have a boyfriend or have fun, and you should pick one. And so she did. She got rid of him and said, now we can be together.
Bro, no, no, no. Because listen, this is how they work. If she's doing that with him, she's going to probably do it with you. Never choose girls like this. Treat them like trash. I'm just kidding. Don't involve yourself with these types of girls at all. Like, dead. When another guy that comes around that's better than you, in her eyes, she gonna do the same thing. Don't mess with these types of girls, bro. These girls are for... Never mind.
And I said, well, that's not part of the deal. This guy's just gonna be me later.
Yep,
And she
he
said,
knows.
oh darn, and continued seeing me anyway. And also, I had no money, and she had money, so she paid for everything
tight
while
shit.
I continued to see other girls on the side.
Okay.
That's how much difference this can make. If you can cross this line,
Okay.
you're gonna experience quite a big power differential.
Okay.
Unattractive
Okay.
guys have to be more
Yes, sir.
slow about it. They have to be more
Wait.
nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Oh, yeah, she's been done dirty. Oh, yeah, she's been done dirty for sure. She don't even understand.
Slow about it. They have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Let me translate what she just said. She basically said she likes a dude. He doesn't care about her. He says something remotely nice. She thinks that's him hitting on her. She's told on herself, bro. Like,
Sneaky. Okay, we used to call that getting to know someone.
Yeah.
When you're familiar with somebody,
Remotely
it becomes
nice is
easier
considered
to create
flirting.
that bond. And maybe
'Cause he doesn't care
you
about her.
as an individual
mind, bro.
can work
Never
your way
mind.
out of it, but you can't have everyone works their way out of it, because
No.
if they did
It'll just
and
move it up.
everybody became more attractive, women would just reevaluate this into another one of these. There would be
Mm-hmm.
80% of the guys who made it would be reevaluated into the didn't make it
Yes, sir.
zone.
Yes,
And
sir.
those guys have no choice. They have to get familiar with women first. Otherwise, they just get completely left out. And that's why the world is looking more and more like this. People
Dang, I'm just realizing like the chop dudes are like getting nothing. Like the 3s, the 2s, and 1s are getting 0 play. Like this is crazy, bro. It is what it is, bro.
don't get to know each other anymore. And if you try, women will call it sneaky. That's the one thing she said that I didn't like.
They
Yeah.
also can't be arrogant and rude, where a lot of attractive guys get away with being rude.
Well, I mean, she still want you, so
That's me. I used to be rude. I was so bitter after I found out the difference between how people treat you when you move from here to here
okay.
that I actually made a game out
You
of
made a game out
what
of
is
it.
the rudest thing that I can say
Okay.
to someone who I know already likes me before she doesn't like me
Okay,
anymore.
I understand,
and I
Professor.
never found it. I wrote a few
Huh?
of them down, but I don't feel safe showing you. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer.
No.
I went to her place 3 times
Huh?
without ever telling her my name.
That's
And
crazy.
then on my way out the door the 3rd time, I said, "Are you going to ever ask me my name or what?" And she said, "I didn't want to offend you." Like I was going to say,
Everybody give him a round of applause. Good job, Professor. Good job. Good job. Let me actually get out of this right here. Let me do this.
"Whoa, you're moving a little fast, aren't we?" No, I'm not encouraging any of this behavior. This is
Yes,
degenerate.
this is
The only
degenerate
reason
behavior.
I did
Yes,
it
sir.
is because I was bitter, because
Yup.
I couldn't be liked without being likable.
Bro just spit. Bro just spit. Tell him again. Tell him again.
This is degenerate.
Degenerate.
The only reason I did it is because
He
I
was
was
bitter.
because I couldn't be
Liked.
liked without
Being likable.
I didn't
Yes.
want to put in the work to get out of this area.
sure.
And when I finally did,
For
I still
sure.
felt like this on the inside. And I said, "Oh, now it's my turn to do this to someone else."
Yep.
And that's
Not.
what we need
Yeah.
more of. That kind of
It's not. That's not gonna get you anywhere in life, bro. Like continuing to be bitter over how life works, it's not gonna make you get any better, bro. It's not gonna make you get better. You're not gonna go anywhere in life, and you're gonna feel like the relationships that you're in aren't going anywhere because they aren't. Because you're still bitter. You're only in those relationships because you are bitter towards women. There's no reason to be bitter, bro. Like that. You're no better than the woman you hate.
stuff just goes back into the dating pool and makes everybody more miserable and harder to deal with.
Now, I like how he said harder to deal with and not harder to notice, because after a certain point, technically at any point, you can tell these types of people from normal people, bro. They don't realize that the things they're doing are degenerate, bro. So they're very easy to tell. You can tell these types of people very easily. You just gotta make sure you don't trigger anything that causes them to try to hide it from you. But even if they do, they'll try to appear too perfect. When a person tries to appear too perfect, that's when you know something's up. Because why are they appearing so perfect when nobody's perfect in this world? Come on now.
Now, the difference
They're
between
just trying
an
to appeal to
attractive
you.
guy and an attractive girl is like so different. An attractive girl, sometimes like they don't get guys, they get
That's a choice. I'm not even gonna lie, that's a choice. At that point, it's a choice. I'm not even gonna cap. She's dead slow. She's in college, but she like actually needs to go and read a book, bro. Like that's not
like
true.
so different. An attractive girl, sometimes like they don't get guys, they get rejected because people get jealous of them or they're really intimidated or
Who gets jealous of them and rejects them? The dudes aren't getting jealous. What are they jealous for? My girl is pretty. Ew. No, that's not how it works.
they're jealous. And it's just really hard to be an attractive girl, but for an attractive guy, literally it's like living on the red carpet with silver platters of
Oh, she's slow. Okay. Yeah, she's slow. I don't really see too much brain activity from this one professor. Could you please clarify for us, for the ones that are actually trying to read?
constantly.
Well, not job opportunities. This was roughly my attractive era from here to here, and this was my net worth. And then I had nothing, and now I have internet money. But
For
yeah,
sure.
she's not wrong. This is an easier position in the market than this. It's easier to get what you want. Now, I wish we could
For
get
sure,
away from this app style of dating and back to the classics, but I don't know how we're going to do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now,
Well,
if you are...
Professor, I don't think it'll ever get worse because you got to understand how reality works. Eventually, there's going to be a plateau of the people that they want versus the people that they can afford to, have in their lives. And eventually, it's going to start to even out a little bit. It's not going to completely even out. I don't think like it ever did. But it's not gonna get much worse from this, bro. Like, it's not gonna get much worse. And especially the way things are going now, I think it's gonna get a little better, Professor. I just wanted to clarify your equation just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself, you are potentially giving up a lot of power. Just don't misuse it when
Exactly. Don't misuse your power, guys. Don't do that.
you get it, or you'll eventually turn into me, but without the internet money.
Exactly. I'm broke either way, so shoot, it is what it is.